to Ghana, let's do some banker to banker. The Director General of the National Lotteries, Kofi Osei-Ameyaw, and the board and management of the NLA have agreed to, among a host of actions, legalize smallholder lotto operatives, popularly called banker to banker. They are also looking to suspend implementation of lotto codes and transfer of all so-called NDC mafia members working at the NLA. This information is being circulated by a group calling itself Concerned Voters Movement. Its leader, Razak Opoku, will join me in the studio. It's actually already here in the studio, but he addressed the press conference earlier today. Okay, so since I have him in the studio, let me just go on with the interview and let's have a conversation. Also, to join me on the line later will be the Director General of the NLA, Mr. Kofi Ameyaw himself. So we'll be speaking to him. You're welcome, Mr. Opoku.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, so it seems like exciting news for you. You set out to achieve something and you achieved that, right?
Yes, I'm very, very excited because the issues that we put before the NLA, finally, they have agreed to implement our demands as far as the registration, licensing and regulation of the banker-to-banker lottery operators, agents and writers.
What went into it? Briefly, if you can put it all together in a short summary.
Summarizing it, the NLA itself has realized that in order for them to be competitive in the lotto market, they need to bring these people on board, because government is losing revenue through the banker-to-banker activities and operation. And they are controlling almost 85% of the market. Okay. So until amendment of the National Lotto Act, whereby it become liberal, whereby the private sector can fully engage, under the Section 2.4 of the Act, the NLA can do partnership, public-private partnership. Okay. And through that arrangement, they have agreed to register all the banker-to-banker people under an umbrella and license them and regulate them so that the government can get taxes and other revenue for the state. It's something that we need to commend the NLA for such an initiative. And one thing that has really, really impressed us is the decision by the NLA to launch their own lotto code. Because the NLA in the current situation now, they don't have control over the machines, the papers, the post terminals, and even the online draws is being run by Law Service Ghana Limited and Simnet Ghana Limited, which is quite not helping the state, because the amount of money that NLA pay to Law Services and Simnet is more than what they pay to the Consolidated Fund on a monthly basis. So the NLA has also agreed with us that it's proper for the NLA to have its own platform. And under that platform, they are going to restore 25% commission.
But what is so different from the lotto courts that was established under the Mahama administration?
Yes, we see with regards to the lotto court, you can't use an intimidation at one length and at the same time expect the people to come on board. And even with that provision, some police officers and regional managers of the NLA are using it to extort money from the illegal operators, which is encouraging them to remain at that stage, because they have realized that at the worst situation, what the regional managers and the police will demand from them is money. If the NLA decide to regulate and regularize their activities, all those monies will definitely go to the coffers of the NLA, where the government will benefit.
Okay. There's a very interesting bit of the press release that they put out today. We actually have clearance from Mr. Kofi Osei-Ameyaw that he was going to speak to us earlier on. We're trying to reach him. So, sir, just in case, if you're watching us, do have a look at your phone, because we're trying to reach you so we can have you in this conversation. There's a part of the reasons you give, you catalog, Mr. Opoku, for which reason you have withdrawn your petition. So you had petitioned President Akufo-Addo against him, but you have withdrawn that petition.
Yes, we did that yesterday.
Okay.
We have written to all the security or the investigative bodies, and also to the presidency and the Minister of Finance, stating clearly that we have withdrawn the petition that we filed against him, because all the information that you were seeking, when you met the board and the management of the NLA, they have provided answers that is to our satisfaction. So and there's no need.
There's no need to continue with that petition.
Agenda.
What's in this for you?
For us, it's a victory for the NLA, it's a victory for the CVM, there's a victory for the banker-to-banker Lotto operators.
Do you expect me to believe you? I'm just asking. It's just a question. Am I expected to really believe you?
Yeah, you have to.
Because I'm going to go into a different part of the conversation, which is very political, which makes it very difficult for me to believe everything that you're telling me.
Yeah.
That you won't take this action without necessarily having to benefit personally from what you have done.
Oh, I have nothing to benefit.
You don't?
The person that will benefit is President Akufo-Addo, that I support.
Okay.
Because President Akufo-Addo, as I know, doesn't believe in a situation whereby the private sector will be shortchanged, because he believes that the government has to create a enabling environment for the private sector to play its role and contribute to the development.
So which is why brings me to a very...
President Akufo-Addo has no interest in that.
No, I mean, we as Ghanaians should have interest in that. But this brings me to the part that I wanted to raise with you. Now, you say, no, this is your point number 7. It says NLA resolution, and this is part of reasons they're given for calling off the petition. NLA resolution to transfer all the NDC mafia cartel are the NLA who do not, I believe you want to write do not, says does not, who do not share the vision of President Akufo-Addo. Who are these people?
I won't mention names because the NLA, the management, the board, they know those people. So for ethical reasons, it will not be right to put the names across.
What is it that they are doing? For which reason you believe they are a part of an NDC cartel that's working at the NLA?
The NDC cartel we are talking about. You see, under the previous board, you have a situation whereby somebody was a board member, chairman of the tender committee of NLA, and at the same time, executive vice chairman of Lotto Services Ghana Limited.
Okay.
And NLA awarded a contract to such a person. Clearly, it's a conflict of interest.
Okay, so there was an executive vice chairman who got a contract
of a company,
right?
A technical service provider company, and that person was executive vice chairman of that company, and at the same time, chairman of tender committee of NLA, and a board member of NLA. Okay. So clearly, this is a conflict of interest.
So the chairman, who is also a member of the board, happens to...
Yeah, a board member.
A board member.
Chairman of tender committee of NLA.
Okay. A board member, chairman of the tender committee of the NLA.
And also executive vice chairman of Lotto Services Ghana Limited.
That's the name of the company?
Yes, that's
Lotto
Services Ghana Limited.
Can you spell that, please?
LOTS.
LOTS. So yes. Lotto's company.
Yes, Services Ghana Limited.
Okay.
They provide. They are in charge of the machines.
Okay. So just so I am clear, I cannot independently. We here at this moment cannot independently verify this information, but we're taking this information. Like I said, we're still making efforts to reach
the previous board.
Okay. Yeah, so we're still making efforts to reach the Mr. Kofi Osei-Ameyaw so that we can confirm some of these information that we're getting. So Lotto's technical, what was the name again?
It's Lotto Services Ghana Limited.
Services Ghana Limited.
It's one of the technical service providers of the NLA.
Of the NLA.
They are in charge of the machines, the papers, the online.
Everything at the NLA. Everything. But then this same person who owns this company or is executive...
Was a former board member under the NDC administration.
Yes, so that person is the executive vice chairman. And I don't know, it will be very easy to find that if we Google it, we'll know the name. This person is also was a chairman of the NLA tender committee and also a member of the board. And then he got the contracts awarded to his company. I see.
A conflict of interest.
So you see a clear conflict of interest there.
And also, you see, initially, the agents of the NLA were enjoying 25% commission. Mm-hmm. But when Lotto Services Ghana Limited, the contract was awarded to them, 26% was deducted from that commission, and it goes directly to the Lotto Services Ghana Limited. 25%? Yes. Initially, the Lotto agents were enjoying 25% commission. Yes. Then it was
their sales?
On their sales and everything.
And then?
But under the Lotto Services arrangement with the NLA, 6% of that 25 is going directly to the Lotto Services Ghana Limited.
Okay.
So with the new platform that the NLA want to launch in November, they are bringing back the 25%. So
back to the
yes,
operatives.
exactly. So the Lotto market sellers, the agents and the operators who decide to be or migrate onto the new NLA owned platform will be enjoying 25% commission.
I see. So this person that awarded got himself an award, a contract, well, got his company a contract, whatever. Does that person belong, you know, like you're saying, to the NDC administration at the time that the NDC was in power? Obviously, he's no longer there. So
No,
which cartel are you referring to?
He's no longer there. He's no longer a board member.
A board member, but he still works at the company? At the
His
NLA?
company still has a contract with the NLA.
Okay, so he still works with the NLA? Does he still work with the NLA?
Yes, of course.
Okay, and
the system they are operating is not benefiting the nation, because you see, per the records, the financial records of the NLA, I wish we could have gotten Mr. Kofi Osami to confirm.
We're still
in
trying to raise him on the line.
They paid 27 million Ghana cedis, 318,000 to Law Services and Semnet Ghana Limited, compared to, as of September this year, NLA paid 19 million Ghana cedis into the consolidated fund. So imagine you are doing a business as a government entity, and the kind of profit that you obtain is far less than the technical service providers that you are working with. Clearly, this is a bad business. It doesn't make sense.
I see, I see. We don't have time, unfortunately. We've run out of time. But I really wanted to know a lot more about this cartel, because it's important for us to know what...
and also, when these Lotto cost issues came out, which clearly I believe that Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo doesn't have an interest to harass these people. Those people were there when that decision came out. They never objected it. They never make any deliberate policy or attempt to regulate and bring all these banker-to-banker people on board. Okay. So it's something that a new administration is doing. And clearly, those old guys there might not take an interest in that matter. They can sabotage.
But the word is might. The word is might. You have no evidence. You have no clear evidence to say that they are sabotaging it. If you
see, the thing is, nobody.
That's not fair. That's not fair. And anybody can do that to you. Now anybody can sit anywhere and say you are sabotaging an operation.
It's me.
Okay, but do you have evidence?
You see.
Because you're asking for these people to be transferred. That is one of the agreements that, according to you, you have had with the NLA, which we're seeking to approve.
Information that we have.
To information that you have. And like I'm saying, and it's so unfortunate that we weren't able to raise Mr. Mayor on the line so he can confirm some of these things.
It's like
they are going to be transferred.
It's like, let's say, those who help Law Services to have this arrangement, whereby they are constantly joining suspense commission. We should have gone to the Lotto market sellers and agents. Okay, if the NLA new platform come in place, do you realize how those people will be at disadvantage?
They won't be enjoying perhaps what they used to enjoy, so they will make sure it doesn't work.
They will sabotage you underground to make sure that your own platform, your own platform that you want to create and monitor and evaluate.
I'll have you do something for us. I mean, for our viewers. I mean, and we do take our viewers seriously a lot. It'll be good for you to present us with some sort of evidence with which we can follow. You know,
I was supposed to come with
some documents, but you didn't. Okay.
It's here, but I think.
Okay. At the moment, we've actually run out of time. We may have to move on, but. Well, you're still in touch with my producer. I'm sure you can give us that information and we can follow up on that. I mean, if there's anybody who's sabotaging, the progress of Ghana, it's important that we know. But we can make blanket accusations.
Ghana Limited.
Law Services Ghana Limited. Certainly,
clearly, the arrangement they have with the NLA, the government and the country is not enjoying the due benefit that the country is supposed to enjoy. Okay, if the NLA still want to continue to stick to the platform of Law Services and Semnet Ghana Limited, okay, still 25% commission that was supposed to go to these people It will,
Okay.
Yes, it will get back to them.
Okay.
So clearly, I think that the NLA has to review the arrangement with these two cartel
companies.
Exactly.
Companies,
and possibly and
okay.
just let them of the.
We will look into this matter. Certainly, interesting one, Mr.
Because if they don't do that,
unfortunately, we've run out of time. But like I'm saying, we can still make a, create another opportunity where we can have this conversation into a bit more details, where perhaps you can show us some documents that sort of concretizes what the accusations that you're making. Razak Kojo Opoku is a leader, founder and president of a group that's calling itself the Concerned Voters Movement, and they had an issue with the NLA. They actually petitioned President Akufo-Addo to remove the Director General of the NLA. They say that they have rescinded on that decision, but then they're making some serious accusations. We'll be looking into that. But